As you can see, Sean is well on his way to making a big difference in the world. And I've noticed that there are a handful of students that we have here today that I think are also on that path. I have this really great idea that I think we should have our next speaker pair up with Sean, maybe to tell his story. It's like, oh man, we just really need a movie about this kid. If only we had someone who were really into movie making. Ladies and gentlemen, Jaleah Colbert.
Seeing my teenage cousins be able to do a whole lot more than I was able to do seemed exciting. For instance, instead of them having a bedtime at 8:30, they got to stay up and watch movies and eat ice cream. But little did I know that being a teenager was just more than fun and games. Being a teenager has a lot of challenges, like what to post on social media, or how many streaks you have on Snapchat. But those are the challenges I'm talking about. I'm talking about the serious challenges. The challenges of wondering of who you're going to become when you're older. Have you ever thought about what might be in store for you in the future? Or what you want to pursue while you're still young? Now, raise your hand if those thoughts ever occurred to you. As teenagers, we need something to ignite our inner flame. What I mean by this is that we need something to spark our passion. Luckily for me, I knew what my passion was since 11. Watching everyone around me accomplish their dream was the main start to my flame. That's when I had to go back and reflect on all the activities I had fun and enjoyed doing, which all included reading, recording, and writing. That all led to my passion for creating movies. But see, I didn't always want to create movies. Growing up watching the shows That's So Raven, Phil of the Future, and Zack and Cody encouraged my 5-year-old mind into thinking that I wanted to become just like Raven, which led to attending auditions. I remember my first audition, and these guys were critiquing me on how I need to say this or what I need to do for that. And one thought stuck with me the most. Why do I have to say these lines to a guy I don't even know and show fake emotion for him? It was completely useless, I thought. But it was all a part of acting, so I had to go with it. As soon as they said action and reality hit, let's just say I wasn't going to be in that field of business any longer. That's when I decided I would not be an actress. That was probably a life-changing decision. Had I changed my mind and continued with trying to act, I may not be here today. I remember going to my camp called Camp Flicks. Camp Flicks is a 1-week program that allows kids to learn how to edit short films, produce movies, and how to angle the camera. I remember our group trying to brainstorm about ideas of what we need to do for our short film. We weren't really coming up with any ideas, so I had the courage to raise my hand and tell my camp director my idea. How about we make a short film where a girl who gets bullied finds a book and decides to have evil powers with it? My camp director thought about it and said, "You came up with a golden idea." From that point on, we worked on all kinds of details on how to work this idea out. But it was a silent film. A silent film and a traditional film are two different things. You can't articulate in a silent film, but you have to use the character's body language instead, since we couldn't speak. Well, fortunately for you guys, and unfortunately for me, I have with me today the clip from Camp Flicks. Sit back and enjoy. Did you see that acting? Lord. that, folks, is why I'd rather stay behind the camera. Camp Flicks got me to thinking about what type of movies I would like to make. Well, I like to make fantasy, biopics, and adventure. As far as biopics go, I love to learn about new people. And who knows, maybe I'll make a movie about myself one day. The Girl with Blue Hair, or The Awkward Life of Jaleah Colbert. Yeah, the title is still a work in progress, but it'll be pretty cool to see on screen, if it even makes it to screen. A 2015 study by Martha Larson shows that only 19% of filmmaking, including executive producers, directors, and writers, are held by women. Can you believe that? Just 19%? So my future job industry is dominated by male filmmakers, more specifically, white male filmmakers. You're telling me that there are hardly any minorities in these positions? Don't we all like movies? Why don't the filmmakers reflect the people who are watching them? That's why, in this industry, I look up to Ava DuVernay, Catherine Hardwicke, and Catherine Bigelow. Catherine Hardwicke is the female director of my favorite movie, Twilight, which garnered millions of fans. Ava DuVernay is the first African-American woman to win the Best Director Prize Award at the Sundance Film Festival. And Catherine Bigelow has won 2 Oscars. Knowing that these ladies accomplished so much, it makes you think, what's stopping me? I'm currently attending this program called YUMS. Stands for Young Urban Media Makers. YUMS is a program for kids who like to do art, animation, and film. Obviously, I'm going for the film session. In this film session, they teach you how to cast, budget, and do scripts. Since I'm just a 13-year-old starter, I think this would benefit me tons for my future projects, including my YouTube channel, and give me a one-up on my peers. Hopefully, one day, I'll be able to add on to that 90% of women filmmakers and minorities. Who knows? Maybe another 13-year-old girl will look up at this video one day and be inspired to do the same thing, and another, and so on, until the numbers increase. But for now, I'll be known as a 13-year-old girl with blue hair, whose spot is behind the camera, working her magic. Thank you.